This is awesome. How scenic are the shale banks of this thing. Look at that. Look how high it goes. Pretty sweet. Hey everyone. Well, I'm out in Sheep River again. I'm trying to get everything done I can out here because it's pretty inaccessible from the west. At some point I would like to live in Canmore. You can't get here from Canmore without driving 2 solid hours. So, the other parts of Southern Kananaskis, they both have winter roads that open up. One of them from Bray Creek. The other one is Highway 40, which, provides a great little shortcut down here. But this one doesn't have any of that. You would have to go all the way through southern Calgary and straight down here. And yeah, it would take from Canmore, it'd be quite a... So yeah, I want to do the best I can in here while I'm in southern Calgary. This is the first weekend that COVID has been lifted. Can't blame people for coming out. They've all been trying to stay home and stuff. Not the greatest days ever, but tomorrow it's supposed to be worse, so I figured I better get out here. And then on. That's how you like to do it, right? On the bad rainy days, you stay home and rest. The nice days, or even kind of nice days, you get out here. Well, this is not super encouraging. So you try and cross before this confluence, so that gives you a lot less water to work. Not a lot less, but less. Oh, some of these little trails lead over to where it gets narrower. That's not what you want. You don't want narrower, you want wider. Alright, so a few tips on trying to cross stuff like this. See how it narrows up here and gets pretty quick? That's what you don't want. Right? You don't want all the water going through a quick space, even though it looks more attractive. Here, it breaks up a little bit and gets wider, so that's better. But I still find that to be pretty quick. And obviously I can't go straight over there. I'd have to go kind of diagonal through that. And of course, once I cross this, then there's extra pressure I'm putting on myself to cross that. And one thing I've learned about this is that it always looks easier from back here. Once you get up there, it's a different story once it's right in front of you. Alright, so I got my Crocs on. I've jammed my shoes in here, tied them up so that even if I go in the water, they'll be tied to the pack. Got to do a risk assessment here, right? I think it's highly unlikely that if I went in this water, I would drown. I think I could stand up. The phone would get soaked. I might lose some items out of my backpack. I'd have an awful day. Yeah, I also need the practice. All right, so first, let's take care of this guy. All right, I don't want to dawdle a lot now. My feet are freezing. So let's see here. What am I got myself into? That's deeper than I thought. I can't see the bottom. I gave up on that. I figure it's about, took a couple steps in, I figure it's about hip deep. So that's no good. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna have a look back here, but I might have to bail on this. Alright, so I've come back as far as I can. Obviously, there's nowhere to cross anywhere here. It's nice and spread out. That's a good sign, but I still can't quite see how deep it is. Remember, I'm committing myself, right? If I cross, I'm committing myself to cross again about 6-7 kilometers up, which will make a touch of difference in the level, but not that much. Okay. All right. Let's see. This is the final attempt. Well, I did her. I never got much higher. Oh, the bottom of my pants were wet, so it did get up there. It did get up to my knees. Oh, my feet are just frozen. Now I'm gonna get over here, find a seat, and take care of that. I gotta dry them off and get some warm socks on. Get my warm shoes on. Oh, that is so much better. All right, things to consider for the way back. If I can't cross over there, it's only about 5.7 kilometers. So if I really have to, I can come back here, or at least I can walk along and look for a good place to cross. All right, I've done a lot of hiking up on that bank, so I know that I kind of know that terrain. Also, if yeah, there's a guy over there. I don't want him to see me pointing and talking to myself. Also, when I come back, I don't care about my boots getting wet. So then I'll have much better just kind of tramp through it. I don't care about my pants getting wet for them back to the car in 5 minutes. So it makes it a bit of a different crossing, right? Later in the day, the water's higher, but it's not a very nice day. If it was plus 20, yeah, definitely. Anyway, you got to consider all that, right? Because I'm forced to do this again later. That's what I've committed myself to. Alrighty, worked my way up this little bank here. Unfortunately, the pants did get wet from the knee down. Very hard to roll pants up to the point where they stay even when you're walking. These pants did a pretty good job rolling up, but still, water got high enough to get at them. All right, I think this is the trail over here. And I'm pretty happy about the amount of snow I'm finding. Sweet. Okay, I'm in a good mood now. Let's do this. What you get when you do a crossing like that is a little solitude. I mean, I saw 30 or 40 cars parked all along, all over the place. No one's over here but me. Now, there is one thing you gotta think about though, is especially because of COVID, nobody's been back here. Hey, bear! So, that's what you gotta do, right? Bears and cougars, not used to seeing people. It's been a while. Trail is marked and easy as hell. I love it. Love it. I always think I'm the only one crazy enough, but someone beat me back here. Here's clear human footprints. Starting to get in a bit of a snow now. Well, always random fences. What I find funny is here's a very clear gate. All right, it's all closed, locked up tight. And here's another gate, wide open. I guess I don't know. I guess these are for cows, and they haven't put cows out here yet. I haven't seen much cow plop around, so I stopped trying to figure out exactly what fences were for some time ago. All they do is make me curious. Isn't that bad right now because the mud is, it's still kind of frozen, and I can walk on some snow or walk around. But just so you know, this is clearly used by a lot of horses or cows or something. So it's a muddy trail. Very nice in here. Starting to open up a little bit. I'm on a ledge that they built for the road on the side of, I believe, Mount McNabb. It's a snow and mud obstacle course. That's what you're gonna find in Kananaskis, though. There's something to be said for trail maintenance, not just clearing out willows and cutting down deadfall. River's down there someplace. Trail is up there. It takes a bit of a turn inland, so I'm definitely going to move away from the river. And here's a nice place to come and check it out, so let's see here. Oh yeah. Gotta be careful here. Could be a little slick. I've been walking along here. This is one of the Sandy McNabb trails on the other side. Not bad at all. Gonna hang out and have some water. All right, there's where I came from. Here we got markers and a big obvious trail and another marker up there. Pretty sure this is the way. Some trails keep going down here, but I think they're all just cow trails. So the question became, is this the Mount McNabb trail now, like the turnoff? And in order to keep going where I said I wanted to go, Price Camp, I would keep going straight. But according to the description in the book and such, this is the way. That's probably just a bunch of cow trails that die out pretty quickly. So keep going up this way. Always be grateful for volunteers and like Friends of Kananaskis and groups like that. This is all very recent. Look at all the work it must have taken. They were probably here for an hour. Love you guys. Well, I'm glad I don't have a big long day scheduled, because it's the kilometer wise it's kind of hard won, right? Like I've been saying, I've been doing, this is basically, if you played like hopscotch as a kid, good practice. Whew. Oh, all right, breaking through. Oh, look at this. If I step on that, I'm getting my feet wet. There you go. One of my feet's kind of wet now. Okay, so where do I go? Here we go. Step on that mud. Step on that mud, hope it's frozen. That one. You, and you, and you. Hope this snow holds up. Okay. And now I got like, looks like 10 or 20 meters of, well, here's another big puddle. Yeah, if I only came out and did trails when they were at their best, devoid of stuff like this, it would take me 100 years to see all the trails. So this is just the price you pay. All right, so here's the real intersection. And here I am. I want to keep doing the Price Camp Trail, then head up Sheep. Mount McNabb Trail, it even said in the book that it would probably shortly become the Green Mountain Trail. And on here, it does say that. In the book, though, of course, there's like trails down here, and all that sort of thing. There's other stuff. Anyway, this is kind of the official trail, so it helps. All right, there's that one down there. And this is the one I want. Might say Green River on that sign, but it still says Mount McNabb on the triangle. Well, the trail has a bit of a different tone now. It is not as used. I get the sense that that other one was well used by equestrian parties and stuff, so I'm making better time. You just get the sense that it's not an old road anymore, right? So you don't have that big kind of dug trench down the middle of it. Yeah. Not a bad little draw here. It's enjoyable. It's nice open woods. All right. I'm not getting any views, but I knew that. This is an exploration hike and just me kind of scouting things out and seeing what's going on, right? Crossing the Sheep River in a couple places, see how that works out. This is March Creek. I just kind of wandered down here to check it out. You know, the trail is just up here. And mistakenly found the cut line that makes up, you know, in the book, it's 7A. It's kind of a shortcut. You can see it keeps going up here. So I'll mark it. Why not? This Price Camp Trail actually doesn't show up on the app maps, but this cut line does. Well, you just don't know what to expect. The snow is getting more and more. I don't mind stepping through the snow, but underneath the snow, you got water and really uneven footing. So it becomes kind of dangerous, right? You don't really know what to expect. On every corner, I'm not sure what I'm going to find. Yeah, you know. Lots of snow along March Creek, which I got to cross now. I managed to find my way around it, come down here. I don't think I'll bother with the Crocs on this one. My feet are essentially wet. And then I got to figure out the trail on the other side, because one thing about water is there will be game trails and you can easily lose, go down the wrong trail. So managed to rock hop. These babies are super helpful when you rock hop. All right, the book says on this side you just turn left, head upstream, so pretty easy. Go to a meadow, and apparently that's where the old Price camp is, so let's go check her out. And there you go. So I'm not underneath this anymore. The sun gets in here a lot easier, and look how much nicer this is. You never know, right? It could get much worse, it could get much better. There's no way to tell. This is nice. Love hiking along a creek. That gurgling sound is fantastic. It's so soothing. Well, here's the first piece of a logging camp that's almost 100 years old. Won't be the last. I already see more up here. I wish there was more kind of stuff like this, you know? More evidence of old camps, and they did a good job cleaning up. That's the bottom line. There's another piece down there, and a big one here. Almost 100 years. It's amazing how long it takes metal to return to nature. Come on, that's 100 years old. Pick up your garbage. Well, it's my nicest view of the day. Whatever logging that camp did, I can barely figure it out now. We just got this meadow. Couldn't really find anything else either. I didn't wander around that much, but yeah. Well, the trail here is really obvious. There's like 2-3 other diamonds over there, making sure you don't miss it. And looks like I come over this little hump and start to see a different side of things. So not many views today, but I knew that. I mean, you can't have a nice easy hike and have views unless you're at like somewhere with like hundreds of tourists. So, well, that seems to be kind of a trail, and that seems to be kind of a trail. I think this is a little bit more prominent. The best clue I have is that there's been trail work done, even if it was quite some time ago. This can get a little confusing in here sometimes. It's nice and open, but that also means that you can easily find a lot of the wrong trails. Well, here's a cut line the book talks about. It's amazing how just a little space in the forest sometimes will make it really easy for the snow to gather. So I gotta cross this. Hopefully not sink too far. There we go. So like roads, fire roads, lookout roads, cut lines. Sometimes they're the last to have snow. Anyway, in a few minutes now, apparently, I'm supposed to come to the junction with the Sheep River Trail. You come to the intersection and the trail is on this sign, and you can rely on the sign being here at an intersection. But yeah, this trail is nice and wide, and look at it. Oh boy. I'm gonna be skirting along the side of this snow the whole way, I'd say. Oh well, that's how I've been walking the whole time, so why would I expect any different now? The challenge of the snow in this case is that it covers the trail sometimes for like 50 meters at a time. And I mean, it's such open forest that, you know, the openings in the trees kind of help, but don't really. So, and no, this trail isn't on the app maps, so my apps don't help in any case. So here we got all this snow, and I think the trail goes down here. The only way I know that it's a trail is when I find is the trail will be all chewed up, right? Because horses and stuff have used it. Around the trail, there'll be little side trails that people use because they don't want to step on the mud. So, it becomes a bit of a thing, right? You hope that you proceed like 50 meters ahead and find the trail again. See? Here's all that snow, and here we go. It's chewed up in this trench, so that's all I got. So yeah, got to be pretty vigilant. And there you have it. I'm on the cut line, according to my app and according to what's pretty damned obvious. The maps don't show the trail going onto the cut line, so I lost the trail. Yeah, I mean, I was doing the best I could, but I lost her. Well, I know this cut line is going to bring me pretty much where I need to go, so I'll just follow it. No biggie. Well, okay. Apparently I didn't lose the trail. The trail actually does come up this cut line a little ways. All right then. Oh. Man. Okay, who'd have thought this would be the challenging part with the route finding on this guy. Just checking this out. I know it's over here. I didn't see diamonds for the longest time. Now all of a sudden, there's diamonds. Not sure if that means I was off trail for a while or what. Or maybe they just didn't put diamonds up there. I'm not sure. And well. Well, apparently this was a site of John Lynam's lower logging camp, but I didn't find anything. Pretty well filled in with trees now. Yeah, well, all I would find is maybe some foundations if I really had an amazing look around. That's a pretty intimidating shot. Look at the people up here standing. Gives you an idea of the size. Well, this could be interesting. My first thought is to use these islands. Let's see what it looks like over here. Well, the islands is kind of having a funneling effect. So this looks deep and it's fast. I don't like any of that. Over there, it's kind of spread out more and it gets a little slower moving. I'm gonna work my way over there. I gotta say, I'm just kind of enjoying walking along this river right now. This is the real Sheep River hike. Come over here too. People must come down here in the fall. And I mean, look at this giant pile of ashes. Somebody burned a lot of wood at a great time. And why not? Like, this is a perfect little platform, right? Well, see that waterfall is back there. I've walked back here now. I still think this part here where it spreads out the most is probably my best bet. Over there, that kind of looks crappy, so I might have to keep walking through the water until I get to something better. And there we go. If I ever get my hands on, if I decide one day to invest in a GoPro, I'll be able to show you some of those, but in the meantime, who wants to drop their phone in the river and wave bye to it as it goes down? So yeah. It was fine. I left the shoes on and went up to, I don't know, maybe halfway to my knee. No big deal. Sucks walking around in waterlogged shoes now, but, well, I mean, my feet were already kind of wet and, you know, I mean, I guess I just didn't feel it was worth it. It does help too to leave them on. Gives you better ankle support and stuff, so. All right. Well, I've climbed up and I got a bit of a view. The road is just up here. It's closed for another like 10 days. I made it to this sign. Here we go. We got 1.7 and 1.4 left. And looks like it's gonna be fairly headache free. Never speak too soon though. This is awesome. How scenic are the shale banks of this thing. Look at that. Look how high it goes. It's pretty sweet. This is actually the absolute perfect time to do this trail. Why? Because the rest of the time people be zipping by on the road. Now it's just perfect and peaceful. It's just like any other nature trail. Actually got kind of a rare feature here. This has got to be a spring. I can actually see there's moving water in there. And then it just goes underground again. That is rare. I also got like a deer down here who's all by herself. That also doesn't happen very often. She's known I've been here for a while. But she's just chilling out. I don't think about these pants, even if I wanted to sneak up on her, like just listen. Sounds like I'm constantly shaking out like an umbrella. Sounds like I'm constantly shaking out an umbrella. Yeah, they weren't made for hunting or being quiet. You can see here, cow trail and stuff keeps going straight, but according to the book, which I have to read backwards, you descend in the meadow, then you turn. So, more confusion. Guys, if there's a diamond needed, it's probably here. Oh, I think I see a sign way up there. All right. Okay. All right. Well, this part of the Sheep River Trail is nothing too special. You just walk 100 meters down here in the trees. You got the Sandy McNabb Loop, part of the Sandy McNabb rec area. That's all right. I can do with a little boring right now. Just nice, straight boring. Highway even would be, of course, different time of year. Of course, you'd have the cars whizzing by too. So, yeah, this is just for horses and stuff on the way to Foreign Grade Ridge or something. All right, well, now just down to the car. Well, managed to do that. 2 crossings of the Sheep River. Definitely anything else I want to do back there, it's got to be done in the next week. I do not want that river to get much higher. And me cross it, forget that. Yeah, you know, it was an interesting day. You know, I certainly did a lot of hop and skipping across things and around things, and who'd have thought that the route finding would be hardest on the Sheep River Trail in the forest? Crazy. But then, you know, the stuff coming along the riverbank there was the best views of the day. So it's kind of cool. But yeah, I accomplished the mission. I saw what I wanted to see. I explored what I wanted to explore. And I have the information I need about 2 river crossings and that part of the forest. So get out there and hike.